everyone, welcome to Primatonex's channel, and today I'm going to show you how to do photography. Just kidding, because I don't really know how to do it myself. But I'm learning. I took the whole advantage of the quarantine to learn something new, whether it be night photography, long exposure, going and just taking photos of nature, the beach. Today, again, something I thought I knew. Recently I've been seeing people doing like miniature photography, you know, where you take a little figurine and you kind of make it look like a real action shot. I figured what better way than with Cyberpunk 2077 coming out in November, that is unless CD Projekt Red delays it again. I thought the best thing to do would be Johnny Silverhand. I just got this in the mail. Of course my wife's like, why are you ordering toys? And I said to her, it is not a toy. Yeah? Is that in focus? Anyways, it's not a toy. So keeping with the cyberpunk theme, it does use lighting like this. And I've got this neat little nifty pixel RGB lighting. Totally not done this before. And I don't know what I'm doing. I kind of never do know what I'm doing, but we'll figure it out. So I have a couple ideas in mind. First, I think I'm just gonna probably clean this stuff off that right there and then use up against the wall, because that, I don't know, it's got a cyberpunk feel to it, in my opinion, along with the lighting and the RGB light that I have over there. But before I get into any of that, I need coffee, and I need to get them out of the package. I don't have any nails. Not a toy. Yes, we got him. Hey, I'm Johnny Silverhand. I'm actually quite impressed with the movement in this. Like, yeah. Got my hat on, got my coffee, and now I just gotta clean this off really quick and we're gonna get a setup going. I'm also going to switch my lens to a 50mm. I might actually switch between this 10 to 18 and the 50 just to see what kind of bokeh I can get going on. So I got my setup here, very simple. I like the 3D wallpaper, so I'm using that as that kind of the background. I just got it set up on my desk. We're in bulb mode at f29, and ISO is 200. We want to leave it as little as possible. Got my light here, gonna wave it behind, but first need to turn off the big light. And start the bulb mode. Get it just untap. Start it. Place a light, get some light up in front of him first. And now, seizure inducing. Switch the light behind him. Just wave it back and forth. Stop the ball mode. So kind of with this first one here, because I was talking about my screensaver, and I think if I put him up just kind of in front of it, get stuff out of the way. Throw the box there, and then we can have him kind of gives a little bit more height there. I'll need both my hands to maneuver this, but just kind of give it a new shot of how it would look. So we can move it in. And I'm gonna need to bring my light over here. And whoa, that's bright on me, but hey, that's we need lighting for this to work. And it did. It brought him up just a little bit. All right, now that we took some shots, some different shots, let's throw them into Lightroom. That's what I use, and edit some photos. Alright, our photos are in Lightroom, and what I like to start out with, I go up to edit, and kind of before anything I like to get the lighting right. So I usually try to keep exposure where it's at until I get a little bit further, and then I'll go back to exposure on how much more I need. Man, that's like concert setting right there. Highlights I like to change. I might be bringing this down just because I like the kind of neon look that it gives when I bring them down. Individual light strands like that. Contrast, we're not going to go too crazy, but I do like to jump both sides just to see. Now like this kind of brings out just a little bit, brings out the 3D in the background. Shadows, we're going to bring it up just a little bit, but not too much. I like to keep the whites a little high, the blacks a little bit truer and dark. Now the point curve I've only been using kind of recently, but everyone talks about how it needs to be the S curve. It needs to be kind of like an S thing. So after a lot of tutorials that I've watched, I place 3 dots kind of low, center, and high. You can see these kind of move. Individually, but this one we're not going to go too much. Color temperature, this comes in handy so much, just kind of helps with the white balance, because I can't tell you how many times I forget to change the white balance, whether it's like under tungsten light, cloudy, sunshine, any of that stuff. I always end up doing the wrong temperature, the wrong white balance. So luckily in Lightroom we can change it right here. Now I did keep in mind this time when we took these photos, but I am going to alter it a little bit onto the warmer side, just to get a little bit more of that purple in there. I can also deal with tint, vibrance, saturation. Obviously I'm going to leave the saturation where it's at, but if I went all back we get a cool kind of black and white edit. I might do one like that just to keep it kind of mysterious, like a tribute to Johnny Silverhand here. Alright, under the effects tab we've got texture, clarity, dehaze, vignette, and grain. Some people use grain to add like a film kind of quality to their photos. I try not to. I like to get more detail than anything. This action figure is really detailed already, and so I love bringing that up. And I might bring that up further than people like, but I really want to see the detail in the arm. We might give a little vignetting, just a tad, just to give them a kind of a focus point of what we're looking at. Down here at the bottom you can kind of see the box that I was using, so we are going to close this in just a tad, and you can tell it's kind of off level wise. The auto is not working right now for this photo, so we'll just do it like this. I think we're good like that. Go back to the edit. Kind of straightens it out. Maybe just a little. Bring it in a little bit more, just so we're not seeing that box. So I don't really like the way this one came out fully, but that's why luckily we took multiple photos, so we definitely have a choice. Alright, let's move on. This shot's pretty cool. This looks like he's actually in the city. Maybe he just did a stage right in front of Night City. Let's see what we can do with this one. We did an auto straighten. We'll straighten it up real quick. Editing wise, since it is such a close-up, I definitely want to get the texture all the way up. It's kind of cool. Clarity really brings out the background. Not too much DAs, we don't want to lose it completely. Little vignetting on the side. This is a really cool shot. I do like how this one turned out. Contrast, I'm not going to play with too much. Highlights, yeah, we're going to bring that down further because I really like being able to make it out in the background. Too much. Bring the shadows up so we see him more. Whites and blacks. Alright. Not too much there. So vibrance, we're gonna leave it at the moment. I think when I go into the brush is when I'll try to bring out the background at least a little bit more. Okay. Or let's try to bring the vibrance up in all of it first, because there's a lot more to do. Actually, that's okay. Kind of leaves him a little bit, but we can go down like this. Just bring it down just a little bit. I like that. I like that. I'm going to raise some noise reduction. You can see this detail definitely in like the skin. Now it's still a toy. I don't want it to reduce it too much because then this just looks like a plastic wax figurine sitting there. But we'll bring it back a little bit just to have some defaults. I think that's good. I think that looks good. I'm going to put a little bit more vignetting because on the side over here, this light with the building, no, I don't want to do too much. So what I will do is just bring it in just a little bit, just to cut that off. Because otherwise I was seeing this line, it kept drawing my attention over to that. This is a lot better. Alright, so that's just a little bit of me messing around. Again, I'm not professional, so I'm sure there are some of you that are going to come into the comments right away and be like, oh, you should have done this, that. I appreciate it, but at the same time, I just have fun. I'm just learning. Stress yourself out about things, just have fun with it. I definitely like to do more of these. Anyways, if you liked the video, drop a like. If you didn't like it, there's a thumbs down too. I don't really care. I just do this to have fun. You guys take care.